Hi everyone, my name's Alice. I'm a missionary and but right now I am back in my home country in the UK. I started covering my head in June 2019, and I just wanted to share with you a little bit about the question of style, because to be honest, this was the practical application of this was one major reason why I couldn't before I couldn't even sort of begin to move towards this, because I couldn't see how it could work in practice, and also the idea of the style that you would wear just seemed to be really difficult to think about. So I just thought I'd share a few points. Now, obviously, when you get beyond theology, you're getting into matters of practical wisdom, practical application. So do take this with a pinch of salt, make your own decisions, but these are just my opinions. Personally, I think that being conspicuous is not the point. If Paul had wanted women to be conspicuous, he would have told them to wear a flower sticking up from their heads, carnation or a dandelion or something, just to say, hey everyone, I'm wearing something on my head. Um, and furthermore, if you feel you look silly, that will distract you from worship. So I would think for me, and I think perhaps for other ladies, it's pretty important to figure out what style works best for you. Obviously, there's a balance because you shouldn't try to conceal the fact that you're wearing a head covering either. And if you're inclined to do that, my guess is that you haven't yet come to a deep conviction and you need to go back to square one and do your research. So since then, your head covering is going to be visible. You may feel uncomfortable and you may feel silly because other women are not wearing a covering, but I believe that is a sacrifice of obedience, and I believe we will grow spiritually as we bear this in order to honor God's word. Now, to feel comfortable, you may feel that you want different coverings of different levels of formality and different color schemes. Now, if you're someone who doesn't feel the need for loads of different alternatives, that's great. When I was in the journey of making my decision to start covering, I talked to one girl who said she just used one plain color the whole time, and that would do because that matched everything. As I say, I think you just need to feel comfortable with what you decide. So I am totally not a style guru, but I thought I would just show you some of the different things that you can buy out there. I've got some that are more formal. Got several colors. In fact, there's a blue one as well. But this would be for a more formal occasion. Now, okay, I'm British. Maybe you think British people wear stuff like this. But I mean, I found that it's way too formal for, say, my church in the UK. I actually wear it in the country where I serve because they can be more formal for church. But for less formal occasions, I have a whole bunch of these. They're actually Indian head coverings, which I then had a tailor add a panel to because I wanted it to cover more. He added a panel at the front and the back of it, and I've got them in loads of different colors, and that means I can wear different ones for different occasions. So I'll just show you how easy they are to put on. And just sort of, I have to take my glasses off probably, but just put it around the back of your head, and there it goes, and you just have it under your hair or whatever. So it's just super easy to wear, and yeah, like that, and then you can sort of arrange it. So that kind of effect, I just really like them because they're really easy and you can just sort of stick them on straight away. Let's see what else we got. I also invested in some kind of ties. Now, if you're a stylish person and you know how to tie things, great. I actually sort of haven't really figured out how I would, tie this properly, so I haven't been wearing it very much. But I just prefer the ones that you put on automatically. But there's all kinds of things. I did even go to thrift shops and came out with some really thin scarves to just figure out if I would ever maybe wear something like this. Is actually a triangular shape, so that was from a charity shop. Now, there are also places, you probably are aware, there's some Christian head covering websites, and I bought a couple of these. Now, these are just like really, if you're looking for something kind of demure and maybe not so kind of screaming in your face, I'm wearing a head covering, then you can wear these kind of things and they just, tie under your neck, whatever. Then there's kind of turbans you can get from like again the cancer type turban type stores. And again, this is nothing I would ever have worn before, but hey, you learn to do new things, right? Then there's sort of even ones. This one kind of has a flowery thing at the back, again from one of these, I think, cancer website places. So I quite like that. And then you can go for something like a beanie in the colder weather. So there's a whole load of different styles apart from your standard, I don't know, the standard sort of cloth over the head. So I just want to encourage you that, there's a lot out there to choose from, and, it might make you feel more comfortable in church if you're wearing something that didn't make you feel like really conspicuous. Just one other point, sometimes people wonder how covered is covered. Well, I believe that the point is to make sure that we're obedient to the command. So it's probably better to err on the side of conservatism. However, do spare a thought for people like myself who work in a tropical country, and I go to a church which doesn't have air conditioning. So, before we start being too prescriptive about exactly how much has got to be covered, let's remember that different countries have different temperatures and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope this has been an encouragement to you, and don't let style be a stumbling block to obeying the Lord's command. God bless you.